Genghis Khan is a legendary figure in world history, famous for his military conquests and the creation of the Mongol Empire. He was born in 1162 in what is now Mongolia, and rose to power in the late 12th and early 13th centuries through his military prowess and strategic alliances. His life and legacy continue to fascinate scholars and historians to this day, and his impact on world history cannot be overstated. Early life and rise to power. Genghis Khan, whose original name was Temujin, was born into a minor Mongol tribe known as the Borjigin clan. His father, Yasuji, was the chieftain of the tribe, but he was poisoned by a rival clan when Temujin was still a child. Temujin's family was cast out of the tribe and left to fend for themselves on the harsh Mongolian steppe. Temujin quickly learned the skills he would need to survive in this brutal environment. He became a skilled hunter and horseman, and he learned how to fight and lead his fellow tribesmen. As he grew older, Temujin began to form alliances with other Mongol tribes, using his charisma and military prowess to unite them under his leadership. In 1206, Temujin was declared the Great Khan, or ruler, of all the Mongol tribes. He took the name Genghis Khan, which means universal ruler, and began a campaign of conquest that would eventually see him rule over an empire that stretched from China to Eastern Europe. Military conquests. Genghis Khan was a master of warfare, and he developed a number of innovative tactics that allowed him to defeat much larger armies. He was also known for his cruelty and brutality, and his campaigns often resulted in the slaughter of thousands of people. One of Genghis's early conquests was the Jin dynasty in northern China. The Jurchen Jin had conquered much of northern China and were seen as a major threat by the Mongols. Genghis led a series of campaigns against the Jin, and after several years of fighting, he finally captured their capital city in 1215. This victory gave Genghis control of much of northern China and established the Mongols as a major power in the region. Genghis then turned his attention to Central Asia and the Islamic world. He conquered the Khwarezmian Empire in present-day Iran, Iraq, and Central Asia, which had angered him by executing a Mongol envoy. Genghis led a brutal campaign against the Khwarezmians, killing millions of people and destroying many cities. This conquest gave the Mongols control over much of the Islamic world and made them one of the most feared military powers in history. In 1227, Genghis died while on a military campaign in China. His empire continued to expand under his successors, and the Mongol Empire became the largest contiguous empire in history. The Mongols conquered much of Eastern Europe, including Russia, Poland, and Hungary, and they also conquered parts of the Middle East and Central Asia. Government and administration. Despite his reputation as a ruthless conqueror, Genghis was also a shrewd statesman and administrator. He created a highly centralized system of government that allowed him to rule over a vast empire with relative ease. He also encouraged trade and commerce, and his empire became a major center of commerce and culture. One of Genghis's most important contributions to Mongol government was the creation of a code of laws known as the Yasa. The Yasa laid out a set of rules and regulations for the Mongol Empire, including laws governing property, crime, and military service. It also established a strict hierarchy of power, with Genghis at the top and his subordinates organized in a clear chain of command. Another important aspect of Genghis's government was the use of meritocracy. He selected his officials based on their abilities, rather than their social status or family connections. This allowed talented individuals from all levels of society to rise to positions of power and influence, which helped to create a more efficient and effective government. Genghis also established a system of taxation and tribute, which helped to fund his military campaigns and maintain the infrastructure of the empire. He encouraged trade and commerce, and his empire became a major center of trade and cultural exchange, with merchants traveling along the famous Silk Road to trade goods and ideas. Legacy. Genghis Khan's impact on world history cannot be overstated. He created one of the largest and most powerful empires in history, and his conquests and innovations had a profound influence on the world around him. One of Genghis's most important legacies was the spread of Mongol culture and influence. The Mongols were a nomadic people with a unique way of life, and their conquests brought them into contact with many different cultures and civilizations. This exposure to new ideas and technologies helped to shape Mongol culture and influenced the development of many other cultures. Genghis also left behind a rich cultural legacy, including a written language and a legal code. The Mongol script, which was based on the Uyghur alphabet, was used to write a number of languages, including Mongolian, Chinese, and Persian. The Yasa, the legal code created by Genghis, established a system of laws and regulations that helped to maintain order and stability in the Mongol Empire. Perhaps Genghis's most enduring legacy, however, was his impact on world history. His conquests and innovations had a profound influence on the world around him, shaping the course of history for centuries to come. The Mongol Empire created a new world order, with the free movement of people, goods, and ideas along the Silk Road helping to facilitate cultural exchange and economic growth. The Mongols also introduced new technologies and innovations, such as gunpowder, paper, and printing, which helped to advance human civilization. Conclusion. In conclusion, Genghis Khan was a legendary conqueror and the founder of the Mongol Empire. He was a master of warfare, a shrewd statesman and administrator, and a cultural innovator who left behind a rich legacy. His impact on world history cannot be overstated, and his conquests and innovations helped to shape the course of history for centuries to come. Today, Genghis is remembered as one of the greatest conquerors in history, and his legacy continues to inspire admiration and fascination.